Hi, San Miguel Camp Perspective. Today we have Ziggy, our new daycare and train. Graduated from the puppy Head Start program, so the owners are wanting the big boy training. So he's on the 280C doctor collar. This video we're going over what number to use for Ziggy's training lessons, and then just like in general, like how to find the number for Ziggy. So here, e-collars are already fitted and everything. It's on under his left jaw. So anywhere you can put the e-collar from the left jaw all the way to the right jaw. So just avoiding having the two contact points, because with the box and the contact points, avoided having it under the Adam's apple. But like I said, under the left jaw or right jaw, or like right behind the ear. On top is a little too sensitive, so it's a little stronger there. So we like to have it under the jaws or behind the ears. It's very fitted, it's not moving around, it's very tight, so that the contact points are just like staying there. And then on our e-collar remote, we're going to be using the bumpy button. So there's a side of two buttons. I'm going to be using this top button. This is the nick function. This is the continuous. The difference is if I hold down this one, it only sends 1 moment of stimulation. If I hold on this one, it continues the stimulation. This is the on or off button. Holding it down turns it on. Holding it down again turns it off. The front is the page, just a tone or vibrate. We don't use this. We only use this bumpy one. And then the knob on top is to change the number. So clockwise is increase, counterclockwise is decrease. What else? You have these red dots. You match the red dots on the collar to turn them on and turn it off. When you're turning it off, you want these red dots to hold next to each other until the red light on the collar itself goes away. The battery life for your collar is different from the battery life of your remote. Your remote has a light, green light. Your collar has a green light if it's fully charged. Then it goes yellow and then red. Same thing for your remote. Just so when we're finding the working number, there are other numbers we need to kind of know the meaning of, or like if we get to a certain number, what does this mean? Or is this the number we're supposed to be using because of a certain reaction or a visual thing we saw? So connection, perception, and then working. Well, we're gonna find the connection first as we're going higher and higher, and then we'll get perception and then working. Connection is just letting us know that the two contact points have made contact with the neck, so you'll see like a twitch. And then as we go higher, we get perception. So maybe Ziggy will like look where the box is at. So if the box is on his right, he'll look to the right, and we tap again, he's looking around because he's trying like, what was that? But he's probably still not going to show any caution. Then as we go higher, we might see Ziggy, if we hit a higher number, we might see Ziggy get up and then come to my right side or something like that. Some more dramatic movement. Obviously, we're not going for the yelping or jumping or like surprise. Like, I mean, we could get a surprise jump, but we're not going for like the overcompensating of the e-collar. So here, I'm at 0. I'm going to be going in increments of 5, giving 3 taps. So it's going to be tap, tap, tap. That's my rhythm. That's how many taps I'm giving. If I go tap, 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 that's how many taps I have given with the rhythm. So here, sort of 5. And we're going to go ahead and look at Ziggy. So right now, Ziggy is just kind of a little whiny right now, just relaxing. So there's a 5. So tap, 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 nothing. 10. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. 15. Tap, tap, tap. 20. Tap, tap, tap. 25. Tap, tap, tap. 30. Tap, tap, tap. 35. Tap, tap, tap. 40. Tap, tap, tap. 45. Tap, tap, tap. 50. Tap, tap, tap. Maybe a little bit perception there. 55. Tap, tap, tap. 60. Tap, tap, tap. 65. Or 70 now. 70. No, we start at 65. 65, tap, tap, tap. Good, 70. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, I'm gonna feel a box hit the vibrate, make sure it's on. So it's on. Is it too loose? It's not too loose, okay. So here's 70 again, tap, tap, tap. 75, tap, tap, tap. 80, tap, tap, tap. 85, tap, tap, tap. 90, tap, tap, tap. 95, tap. 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 100, tap, tap, tap. 105, tap, tap, tap. So there's a twitch, tap. 110, tap, tap, tap. 15, tap, tap, tap. Okay, 20, tap, tap, tap. 25, 27, tap, tap, tap. So it's the twitch. I'm gonna refit this E-collar. Ziggy, you tough man. Try it. 15, tap, tap, tap. Okay, this is 106. So there's a little bit of perception there. Tap. Tap. Okay. This is 36. See. Okay, so that could have been one of two things: surprise, or we could have been too high. Tap, tap. Wait. Tap. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so two taps got him to do that, and then tap, tap. Get the second tap got him to go to the other side. So this is 75. Good. So it looked like just bad contact. He's got the curly fur, so for the little dogs, they tend to have, it's harder to find the contact because of their fur, but the fur acts as a buffer. So since we're also using the lower power collar, we might need a higher number to get through the fur and to find that contact. But two things, it could have been surprise or we could have been too high. 76, tap. See, so one tap got him to move away, and there's no yelping, there's no overreacting, it's just, oh, what's this? Let me move over here. So yeah, 76, this could be changing as we go along the program because he'll become more sensitive to it because he'll become more focused. So the number might lower, it could stay the same, or it could increase. But right now we're at 76 with this environment of dogs around in the facility. So outside it could be 80. Maybe at home it's a lower number, like 60. But 76 got us the working number reaction. So this is the number we'll stick with. Break. To make it kind of perspective, today we have Ziggy. In this video, we're going over the heel command, which is the walking command. Heel is walk me, sit me, stay when I stop. And this is all done with a slack leash with Ziggy's right shoulder parallel to my left leg. So like right here. This is where he should be. And then the leash, we want to give a lot of slack. So since he's shorter, we want to be right with the shoulder. So right about here, so we have a J, and there's the end of the J ends at the armpit. If it's too low, like here, he's going to step over it constantly as we're training, and then we're also going to have to just keep pausing to take it off under him. And if it's too tight, then we're not allowing him to make the mistakes, and he's being restricted, so he's being forced to be in a position instead of choosing to be in the position. So we like to give the slack. So right here is good. So again, heels walk me, stay with me, sit when I stop. So if I take 5 steps, Ziggy's supposed to take 5 steps. If I take 10, Ziggy takes 10. We're going to be using the number 76. This might dip down, this might increase. I'll let you guys know if I have to lower it or increase it. So before we use words or like give it a name, we want to shape the behavior first. So this video is going to be like heel part 1 of creating or shaping the behavior. So if I walk, Ziggy's most likely going to pass me. When he passes me, I'm going to be doing a right turn. So it's if he passes me, an immediate 180 this way. If he passes me again, immediate 180 this way. And as I'm doing those turns and he's passing me, once that right shoulder passes me, that's when I'll turn. So I'm walking. Ziggy's right shoulder passes my left leg, 180 turn, and I'm also going to be tapping. So if he's passing me and then I turn, I'm Ziggy, right? And I turn, he's gonna feel the pressure, tap, tap. He's gonna be like, okay. Enrique's going this way, so once he catches up, the pressure turns off. Ziggy might also go to my right side. Right side is not heel. So if he does that, I'm gonna give gentle pressure to my left, pairing it with E-collar to let him know that's not the right answer as well. Lagging or putting the brakes on or stopping while we're moving. I just keep my movement and then I kick in with the pressure because his right shoulder is not with my left leg anymore. So once that right shoulder leaves, pressure will kick in and I keep moving if he's lagging. Another thing we might see or reaction we might see from Ziggy is jumping. So he might jump on me as we're moving. What I'm going to do is just pull out to my left and then pair it with an E-collar to let him know that's the wrong answer as well. These are all options Ziggy's going to be trying out to see if it'll turn off the pressure. What else? Good. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start walking. Good. So he's passing. So tap, tap. Good boy. So here, good job. So here, tap, tap. Good. So this is good. Tap, tap, tap. Good job. Good. Slow turn. Good boy. Tap. Good for the spacing out. So here, tap, tap. Good. We'll lower it. Try 60. Good boy. So here, tap, 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 tap. There we go. Good. So here, tap, 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 tap. Good. Got distracted there. Tap, 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 tap. Good. A little bit of resistance and chewing on the leash, so I end up back at 83. Good. Good job. No tapping. No tapping there. Tap, tap. Good. Distracted by the kennel. Tap, tap. Good. Tap, 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 tap. Good job. Good. Good. Slow turn. Tap. Good. Slow turn. Tap. Good job. Tap. Slow to a stop. Good. So he's doing these auto sits already, most likely from the puppy head start program, because he's already conditioned to do it. But as we saw, he was starting to dial in or glued to my leg. There's a few times where a kennel would open, or I think he saw Andy, and then he got a little distracted. So then from there, I did a slow turn to see if he was paying attention, to give him the chance instead of just an abrupt turn. So if I did a slow turn, he got stuck there and was just looking over there. So then I gave a tap, and he immediately just like turned towards me. After that turn, he started resisting and chewing the leash. So I keep moving, I keep tapping. I bumped it a little bit. So right now I'm on 72. I think I went up to 80 to stop the resistance. And then as it hit 83, I think it was, he's like, okay, he stopped and just caught up to me, which is good. For the auto sits, the way we teach it through e-collar is pulling up on the leash. So it's just gentle pressure, because we're just trying to guide the dog. We're not trying to lift the dog or anything. So it's just gentle pressure, and then pairing up the e-collar. Once we start Ziggy put the butt down, we release pressure. So let's see if, so tap, tap. Good. Slow to a stop. So here, that's fine. So this right here, when he kind of got ahead and turned, he's expecting me to turn right. So we're not going to worry about this for now. Tap. Good boy. Good. And slow to a stop. And then here, he's not sitting, so up and then tap, tap, and then relax. And then good boy. That's a good boy, Ziggy. Good boy. Good. And then we can do one more. Do one more walk. Good. Good. And then slow to a stop. And good boy. Good. So that's the shaping of heel, part one. I'm not using any words, just pressure. Another behavior we teach with this command is called break. So if I'm on the sidewalk, it's a little more easy for the dogs to understand. I will approach the grass, so I'm walking. I slow down, slow to stop, have him sit first, and then break, and then I push him off onto the grass, and then he can do his dog stuff there. And if I wanted to continue to walk, if I'm not using any words, I just start walking and then give a tap for him to kind of just, put him into the command. But like I said, this is heel part one. There's two parts to it, and we'll get into two taps there. So here, that's fine. Good. Two parts. So heel part two will start adding the word heel to it and do more bilanguage stuff for to make it sharper and to fix the going in front and turning, going to my right side. Good job, Ziggy. Break. Hi, it's Kid Camp Perspective. Today with Ziggy, a new daycare and train puppy. In this video, we're going to be going over heel part 2, where we're going to add the word to the behavior, since we have already shaped it and it's become consistent. And then we're also going to talk about body language stuff. So first, heel is the word we're going to be using. With this word, we're going to be pairing it with the left leg as we're moving. Heel is not, when we say heel, it's not come to me and get in the heel position. Heel means walk with me. So I wouldn't look at Ziggy here and say heel and just stand here and wait for him to come to my side. That's not heel. Heel is heel. We start walking. If he doesn't respond, then he's going to get corrected for it, or stimulation. So here, when we're conditioning the word and getting him used to hearing it, for every stop we do, we're going to say the word heel. Move with the left leg. This is just for this session, just so he's getting used to the word. After this video, we won't be doing that. It's just heel. And then if we slow and then come to a stop, left leg moves again, but we don't say heel. It's just, he's already in the command. But this is just him getting used to hearing the word and the behavior. So here we're going to go ahead and start. Heel, left leg, and then tap, tap. Good. So there's no response. We kick in with pressure. Good boy. Good. I'm going to slow down to a stop. Good boy. Heel, left leg. Good. Slow to a stop. Heel, left leg. Good. Slow to a stop. Good. Heel, left leg. Slow to a stop. Good. Heel, left leg. Just slow turn here. And then slow to a stop. Good boy. Good boy, Ziggy. So now, we're moving on to turns. So as I was teaching him heel and a little bit of here in this video, I've been saying slow, and then slow to stop, or slow, slow turn. So when we're turning, we're stopping, we're going to want to slow down prior. 3 to 4 steps is a good time to slow down. We slow down because we need to be fair to Ziggy. So if we're going to consistent speed for like 30 minutes, and then all of a sudden we just stop, Ziggy's probably going to just keep going because there was no signal, there was no chance for him to kind of, give him to know like, oh, we're going to stop here, buddy, So here, if he lays down, we're going to correct this because heel is not lay down when I stop, it's sit when I stop. So I'm going to pull up and then tap and relax. Good. So we like to give the example of like for humans, it's traffic laws. So for driving, we wouldn't just press the brakes when we need to stop or just turn when we need to turn. It's, the brake lights come on, the emergency lights, there's some sort of signal so that the other driver behind us doesn't rear end us and then we get into a crash. So similar to Ziggy, since we don't want him to crash, we want to give him signals that we're slowing down. So then when he sees us slowing down, he's like, okay, something's going to happen. So that's where he needs to focus. And then it's going to be either a left turn or right turn or a stop. Now, if we're slowing down and Ziggy doesn't slow down with us and he keeps going, that's telling us that 1, he's not paying attention. And then 2, we need to do a correctional turn. So if I slow down and Ziggy keeps going, 180 to my right and tap to bring it back to correct the passing. Because if we try to force either a turn or stop, it's going to be very awkward, and it's not. We want him to do it automatically, the sit, when we come to a stop. If the turns, if we try to force a turn while he's passing us, he's going to flip outward, and then it's going to be a little messy there. So here, so heel, left leg, good. So we're going to do the left turns first. So we're going to slow down, and we're going to start with the right leg. So right, left, right. So for left turns and right turns, we start with the opposite leg. So here, left turns are right leg, right leg. Good. So slow down. He's paying attention. And then right leg, right leg. So we're like making a little square. Good, slow. Right, left, right. Good, 2 more. Good, slow down. So here, it's gonna be the right leg, left leg, and then right leg. Now if we bump him, that's okay, because we're teaching him a little bit of like boundaries here. So he's not doing the when I come to a stop, he goes to my right side, because he's thinking we're doing a right turn. So this is correcting that. And then slow to a stop. So here, nothing out of the ordinary. It's just a little harder this is more for like the owners, not for Ziggy. It's a body language and like telling him what's going to happen. So if these turns, that left turn tends to be like the harder one, because it's a little awkward. So we like to tell the owners to use like the cracks on the sidewalk. So if we're approaching a crack, this right leg would be on the crack, left leg is on the crack, right leg is off the crack going back that way. If you're using the sidewalks as a guidance. Okay, so here, tap. Good boy. Okay, so I'm going to do a right turn. So the right turns, we're going to start with the left leg. So I can do it right here actually. So it's going to be heel. As my left leg goes out, I'm going to go back on the right and then back on the left. So it's like a pivot. So slow first. Good. Left leg, left leg. Shh. Good, so slow. Left leg, tap, tap, good. Slow. Left leg, left leg. Good. I'm gonna mix them up now, doing left turns and right turn. So here's gonna be a left turn. Right, left, right. Slow, right, left, right. So 2 left turns, I'm gonna do 2 right turns here. So slow down first. Left leg, tap. Left leg, good, another right turn here. Left, right, left. And I'm gonna slow down to a stop. Okay, so with these turns, remember to just slow down prior. 3 to 4 steps is a good time to slow down. When you're practicing this, you start your walk, or when you come outside with Ziggy, you collar him up, let him go potty first, then find his number. So we're at 62 right now. I've been using 62 throughout this session. And then once you found your number, you would cue the word heel, and then you start walking. And if Ziggy doesn't respond, we don't repeat commands, we just kick in with pressure. And then go ahead and do 5 left turns, 5 right turns. So if you want, and then you would start your walk. So let's say you're starting your walk and you want Ziggy to have a little potty break. You'd be in your walk, you slow down and then slow to a stop before the grass, and then you cue the word break, and then you bring him onto the grass so he can do his thing. So let's say Ziggy's smelling, and then you're like, okay, we're ready to kind of start walking. You cue the word heel, you start moving, and then tap if he doesn't respond. Good. Left turn there. And then tap. Good. Slow to a stop. And good boy. Good. We haven't seen any jumping. I know that's been an issue for Ziggy. If that happens as we're walking or anything like that, we don't say no, we don't say enough, we don't say any warnings. It's just something we want to eliminate. So we go right into tapping the remote, no words, and then not giving affection when he does that. But other than that, heel looked pretty good. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing out of the ordinary with that. But that's how you practice. Potty break, find your number, start the walk, 5 left turns, 5 right turns as a little warm up, and then you would do your actual walk after that. If Ziggy starts to pan out to the left, where I mean, if you're walking the sidewalk, he's going to the grass, you tap for that. Tap for anything if he's not at your left side, right shoulder parallel to your left leg. Break. Good job. Hi, so recap camera perspective. Today we have Ziggy, and this video we're going to be going over the stay command. So right now, Ziggy is not in the heel, but he's in the heel position. So for the stay commands, it's like the least used command. Since all of our commands already have stays implied with them, so like down, there's no down stay, there's no sit stay, there's no heel stay, there's no come stay, it's just come, heel, sit, down, place. So for the stay, if we want him to stay in this position and in the spot he's in, we can't say sit since he's already sitting, so this is where a stay would come in handy. So how that would work is we wave the left hand in front of Ziggy and pairing the word stay as we're doing that. And we're also going to have our leash set up in a specific way like this. Good? So stay, and if he doesn't see it, it's fine, he's still hearing it. And we're going to pivot out with the right foot, and we're going to face Ziggy, and then we can do a little walk around here. So up, tap, good. So if he breaks this, tap, tap, and then tap, and then relax. Good. Continue walking, tap, good. Good boy. Heel, left leg. So every time he breaks that stay, or that position, which means when the butt comes up from the ground, I'm gonna pause my movement if I'm doing a little walk around, and then pull up on the leash and then tap. So again, stay, pivoting out with the right foot, facing Ziggy, tap, good. It should be on that kennel. The one by Chad. Right? Yeah. Okay. Good. And then some praise. Good boy, Ziggy. Good boy. Heel, left leg. Okay, so the reason why you want to use the right leg for a stay is because left leg is heel. So it's helping Ziggy differentiate between the two body language so that he knows what is what, so that's not confusing. Since left leg has always been the moving command, if we use left leg for stay, it can confuse him for that. So here, stay, pivot out with the right foot. We face Ziggy and tap. Good. Do a little walk around here. Good boy. We just switch the way we walk. And I'm walking my normal speed. With the e-kai, we don't need to slow down first. We can just walk. Good. And then we can approach his right side, give him some praise. And now he's still in the stay command, so what I'm going to do is pivot up my right foot after I'm done praising and do a little walk around again. So right foot out. Good. Good boy. Heel, left leg. Good. No tapping there for him. He's getting the concept. So here, slow down. So show it one more time. Left hand, stay, pivoting out with the right foot. So the right foot goes first, and then we face Ziggy. My leash isn't tense, but it's ready. Because if we have it like this, if he were to break it, he has that much leash to make it to me. Versus here, and my arm extended, I can keep him there and pull up if he wants to break the command. When practicing this command, if he's potting and everything, let's say he does a number 2, as you pick it up and you're going to throw it away, you'd give some space between you and the trash can. Stay, pivot out with the right foot, toss it, and he's holding it. Good job. Come back, some praise, and then heel. We continue our walk. At crosswalks, if you get the red light, stay, or like at corners, or like anything you need to cross, we like to just do stay there, pivot out, walk around. Good boy, heel, we start moving. So nothing out of the ordinary. I didn't repeat anything, it's just stay, we walk around him. If he breaks it, we're pulling up and tapping. If we find that he keeps breaking it, that means our number's too low and it's not making it important for him. So then that's when we would bump the number up 5 numbers to see, okay, what does 73 get us, or what does 83 get us? How long does he hold to stay with these numbers? So when I'm at 73 right now, which I saw it got him to hold it for a longer period of time. Good. Break. Hi, so Enrique, the camera perspective. Today with Ziggy. In this video, we're going over the place command. So we have here a lifted dog bed, a little one for Ziggy. And place is go to your bed and don't hop off. Ziggy can sit, stand, lay down, chew on a bone, just cannot hop off this bed. So this is clearly, you can clearly see that this is on and that's off for him. So it's easy for him to kind of know where to go. So like if I were to look over here, there's nothing over there and I say place, he wouldn't know where to go. Now we're using a lifted dog bed. You can use a yoga mat, a towel, his own. If you have his own bed, you can use that as well. So he might have some, here he has a foundation of place. I don't think we've used this placemat though. But here he knows place from his Puppy Head Start program, so it might be a little smoother here. But since we're teaching something new, we're going to dip down. I'm going to start at 62. We're at 72. So, like most commands, we don't use words right away. We just shape the behavior first. So here, how we do that is using the leash and e-collar. So yeah, he knows place. So I'm going to use the leash and pair that with remote to get him to go on there. Now, if he goes on there by himself, I'm just going to pull him off. Things to expect, maybe some resistance, maybe overshooting it. So I'm putting my foot here in case he overshoots it or jumps on it and he moves it, that the placemat won't move with it. Okay, so leash and then tap. And wait a little bit. I think, good boy. Good. And then break. Good. So here's leash. Good. No tapping, but he got the pressure there. So if we start seeing break, this, we might switch it up. Let me see here. Leash and tap. Tap, tap. Okay. Go 760. Go 67. Good boy, Ziggy. And then break. Only allowed to hop off when we give him the release command, which is break. Get it? Leash, tap. Good boy. Good boy. So here, tap, tap. Good. Tap, tap. Good. Dip down 65, 67. Or 65, I mean. Good. Break. Exposing him to all sides of placemats is what I've been doing right now. Same distance and everything. So here at leash, and then tap. Good boy. Because since dogs think in pictures, so here tap, 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 tap. Kind of froze there. Good. Since dogs think in pictures, if I kept practicing on this one side and then increased my distance, and then if I go on the other side after I've been drilling out this side, or if we've only been practicing this side, if I go on that side, then he's gonna want to, if we say place here, he's gonna walk all the way around and go on here on this side, because how place has been looking for him or has looked to him for however long we've been practicing. So here, break. So since we're starting to see some consistency with the send off of the leash and e-collar, we're gonna give the e-collar a tap first. I'm also gonna be slowly increasing my distance as I'm going around. So here, loose leash, and then tap, 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 some leash pressure. Okay, tap, tap, And good boy. Wait a moment. And good boy. Good. And then break. Good. And we'll do this 4 more times. Good. So tap, 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 tap. There we go. Good job. Good job, Ziggy. Good. Break. Good. 76. Tap. Good. There we go. Good boy. So one tap, break. Without leash, got him to go to the placemat there on this one right here, the third one. So here again, tap. Good job. Same thing there. Do one more. Ziggy. Break. Hold him here. There's no tapping here because he's not in the heel or anything. So here, tap. Good job. Now, we'll do a little bit of the duration part of it, where we walk around Ziggy and pause, tap, 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 and then relax. Good. Good. Tap, tap. Good job. So this is part 2 of the place command. He's just making sure he's staying here. So we did a little bit of the send off in the beginning. When we're doing like the duration part of it, like staying here, we'll do a little walk around. And if Ziggy hops off, we pause our walking, and then we just kick in with the pressure until he goes back there. If we keep moving and tapping, Ziggy's gonna wanna follow us because he's gonna be thinking that he's in the heel command. Break. Tap, tap, little leash pressure, tap. And good boy. And then break. Now we're gonna add the word, so it's gonna be place. If he goes to place, there's no tapping. If he doesn't, we'll be tapping. And if he's struggling, then we'll use the leash. So here, just pulling back. Place. No tapping there. Good boy. Do a little walk around. Good. Break. Good. Now we're going to do 4 more on all sides, increasing the distance. Good. Place. Tap. Good. Good boy. Break. Good. Hold right here. Place. Tap. Good. Yeah, good boy. Break. Place. Tap. Good. To walk around here. And then break. Last one. Place. No tapping there. No one more walk around.
I couldn't find where the walks were, but I did find it.
So, leash with e-collar, then e-collar, then leash if needed, and then Q, tap if needed, leash if needed. We're slowly increasing our distance. What you've also been noticing, I might do a few more just so you can notice at this time, but I haven't been moving. So here, break. As we increase our distance, so like say here, I don't move. So here, place. Good. So I did no movement. I kept my feet planted here. I didn't walk him or I didn't drag him or anything. It's just place. And then he did all the work. Just so that we know that he's knowing what the word means. And if not, then we kick him with a tap and still we don't move. How that would look is break. So if he's struggling since we're too far, so here, because he might not get it here. Place. So here, tap. Good. And then I just use the leash to like shoot him off, and then giving a tap. And if he's struggling here, I just give one step, and then I just shoot him off, and then I just like push him this way, and then he should just shoot himself onto the placemat. So, like I said, you can use his bed, yoga mat, towel, whatever you'd like to use. You just want to repeat all these steps first to get him to condition to that one, because he knows this is place, and in this facility, this is place, and he knows the command there. At home, he might not recognize it, because again, dogs to get images, so he's seeing a new object in a new environment. So you want to do all the steps that we've been doing here. Ziggy, if you ever notice him maybe chewing in the bed, or if you have him tethered chewing in the leash or anything like that, you can use the remote to correct that. Just being mindful that if you correct him for chewing or like barking or whining or anything like that, anything inappropriate you disagree with, that he might associate the tap with being on place, so that he might hop off. So let's say he hops off place. You're going to kick in, start with the pressure again until he goes back to place. We don't repeat place or anything like that. It's just correcting. So every time I did a walk around and Ziggy would hop off the placemat, I wouldn't say anything. I just pause my movement and then tap so that he can go back there. I think he just got on there. I think he just got on there. Andy did before he left. So yeah, if he hops off, kick back in with the pressure, bringing him back to the placemat, not repeating the words, and starting with the short leash on, so that if he hops off, if he doesn't know where to go, let's say he just starts running, you have the leash to grab and just guide him back towards the placemat. If he's whining, chewing, or barking, correcting for those behaviors. When you're practicing, you want to start close. So let's say, if you wanted to watch a movie, or if you're working from home at the desk, or just having dinner or something like that where you need to be stationary for a little bit, you can have his bed next to you and just step on the leash and then have remote in hand and just correct as needed. So if you're watching a movie and maybe you have your foot on the leash and you feel a little tug, then you know he's hopping off, so then you can just kick him with the pressure. The duration part of place does not need to be you don't need to do 1 hour, then 2 hours, then 3 hours. You can go straight to 3 hours or straight into 4 hours, just so, because he can do it, and we're going to be doing it here as he's staying here. The distance, though, you want to grow into that so that he's used to just staying on there in general, and then increasing the space of the placemat. So eventually, you'd want him, in his corner or whatever, and then having the leash on. So if he does hop off, you have this to grab him instead of chasing him. Here, how we practice it, we have columns and then a placemat and then tethers. So a leash will be attached to him to the column. We're giving him enough leash to make the mistakes so that we're able to correct it. So I can be down here training another daycare and trained dog. He's doing duration work. If he hops off, I have the remote on me so I can be able to correct him. And since he can't go anywhere, he's going to hit the end of the leash and then go back on there. So if you have somewhere you can tether him to, you can do that as well to practice that. So it'd be the placemat. Let's say you have, I guess, a wooden column, a thin one, or like a stairway. You can tether him here, and then giving him enough leash to jump off so that you can correct something. You don't want it too tight to limit his movement, because then is he being on place because he can't move, or is he being on place because he's choosing to? So we won't be able to tell. So that's why we give the leash, so that we know that he's making a choice to stay on place versus physically forced to. What else? Nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, here is a foundation of most of the commands we'll be doing in this program, so it's going to be very easy. What else? But yeah, you're going to want to, again, repeating all these steps with the new object in the new environment. Good job, Ziggy. Break. Hi, it's from 8th Canadian Perspective. Today with Ziggy, our new daycare and train. This video we're going over the down and sit command. So we're going to go over down first. So down is, the usual, lay down and don't move. We don't say down, stay. It's just down and then he's not to move. We're not going to focus on the duration part right away. We just want to get him used to feeling pressure and being told and guiding him to go in a position with pressure. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and pull up. There's no tapping here, just pulling him up. Good. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to step on this leash and we're going to get pressure pulling him down, and we're going to pair it with the remote. We're going to start at 63 because we're at 73. Since we're teaching something new, we want to start with low numbers. So here, foot on the leash, just pressure pulling him down, and gives a tap here, tap, tap, tap. Okay. And good boy. Good boy, Ziggy. Good. Break. Good. Good job. Shh. So foot on the leash and then tap, 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 tap. And good boy. Good. So once I see him moving and maybe break, trying to figure out what to do, that's when I release the pressure so that I'm allowing him to to kind of think about it. Good. So foot on the leash and then tap. Good. A little more pressure here. Tap. And good boy. Good. Break. Good. So like I said, he's had a foundation already, so that's probably why he's pretty good at this. So here, getting the pressure here, and then tap. And then good boy. Good. 2 more. Break. So if he goes down like this, we're just going to go ahead and pull up. I'm not tapping here, just to not create confusion right away as we're teaching this, but we'll go over sit in a bit. Foot on leash, tap. Good. So that was a little more easier. Very gentle pressure and just 1 tap got him to go into a down. Break. So now we're going to switch it up. Without the leash pressure, we're just going to give a tap and see what he does here. And I'll have my foot on the leash, but it won't be giving him pressure. It'll just be on the leash to avoid him from moving around. So here, tap, tap, and then good boy. This is Ziggy. This is Ziggy, 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 Ziggy. Good boy. Break. Good boy. Good. So here, tap. And good boy. Yes, good boy. And then break. Good. So here, we're going to pull up. Good. Good. And then tap. Good. Good boy. Break. Now we're going to apply the word. It's going to be down, tap if he doesn't go down, and then foot on leash if we need to guide him. So here, good job. Down, tap. And good boy. Good. Break. Break. Good. Down, tap. Good boy. Break. Good. Down, tap. Good. 2 more. Break. So you're just going to pull up, relax, down, tap. Good. So more conditioning to the word. He'll get used to as we do repetitions. But nothing out of the ordinary. Like I said, here is a foundation with us, so it's going to be a little simpler teaching Ziggy. Next command is sit. Very similar to the auto sit since he's in down. Show how this would look. We might see some confusion since we're doing down and sit and at the with no like space or break from it. But before we go to sit, we do the sit. The duration part of down is similar, except now we can't really pull up and tap. What would happen is if he were to break it, we'd kick in with pressure. So let's say he moved here. So I'll give him a little nudge. Good. Good job, Ziggy. Good job, Ziggy. So here it's going to be a tap, tap, tap. Wait. And then tap, tap. And then good boy. Good. What you also would want to do is break. Practice down on different sides. So like we've been doing down on my left side, right? So then if you do it on the right side, let's see how he does. Down, tap, tap. Good boy. So sometimes if we're only doing one side, when we switch sides, if I say down, he might go to my left side and then lay down. If he's in front, I say down, he might go to my left side, lay down, or behind me, go to my left side and lay down. So we like to expose him to different sides. But yeah, so if I sit, very similar to the auto sits, we're pulling up and tapping while pairing with the word sit. So here, sit, tap, and then relax. So if he breaks it, we don't repeat the word, we just tap. So there's a tap there. So this is where there might see some confusion. Good. Wait right here, and then good boy. Break. Good boy, Ziggy. Good boy, Ziggy. That's a good boy. Good. Good boy. And then if he's standing, we can do the same thing. We'll say sit and then up and tap. But if he's in a heel, we don't do that. So here, sit, tap, and then pull up and then relax. Break. Good. Good boy. Good. So yeah, just sit, pull up, tap. If you're going for a walk, or if you're playing with him for treats and everything, or like you have a ball, you would do sit, tap, and then pull up and then relax. If he lays down, tap, and then relax. Good. Practicing the duration part of it would be very similar to like the place command. You watch a movie, cue down, step on leash, have your remote, enjoy your movie, work, dinner, whatever you're doing. For the sit for duration part of it, it's a little uncomfortable for dogs to be sitting for that long. So if you're on a walk, let's say, and you run into someone, or you're going to talk to someone for a while, or you're going to be stationary for a little bit. In heel, he's supposed to sit. So if he lays down, owners would think, oh, he's just tired, we're going to be here for a little bit, I'll let him lay down. But actually, he's breaking the heel command, so we want to correct that first. Then, that would be pulling up and tap. Once you correct that first, you'd issue the word down, and then tap for him to go down if needed, or use a leash. And then what I'll usually do is like if I say down, so here, down, tap, tap. Good. What I'll usually do is just step on the leash and just talk to whoever I'm talking to. So if for some reason we miss like something coming by, if he were to like lunge or like, you know, see a dog, he was like, I want to play, he'll hit the leash and then we could just correct with the remote. But yeah, so sit, you can't really do duration work since it's a little uncomfortable for dogs to be sitting for that long. So that's where down comes in play. But yeah, break. Hi, it's Enrique with Canine Perspective. Today we have Ziggy, our new daycare and trained puppy, and this video we're going to be going over recall. So the setup we have is a 30-foot long leash. Chad here has the short leash. So when we're handling the long leash, we want our right thumb through the end of the loop right here, and we want it locked here with the remote in our right hand. Left hand would be holding the leash like this, and then the right hand, I have 3 fingers available. So with these 3 fingers, I'm going to be reeling it in and just letting the rest hit the ground. Once I have reeled in enough leash, because we don't want Ziggy to have 30 more feet to pass us, I'm going to lock this hand. So what that looks like is I use my pointer finger, I do a little flip like this and get the leash over, or have a loop over my pointer finger, and then I lock it here. So this is locked, and then this is locked. I'll show it again. So my 3 fingers I'm using to reel it in. Good. And then something like this, and it's locked. So recall is the come and call command. Ziggy, when we do recall, Ziggy is to land either left, front, right behind us in a sitting position. What we'll be doing is shaping the behavior first. So as we're shaping it, we're going to be using the leash pressure and then pairing that with e-collar. Once we see Ziggy make his way to me, I'm going to take 3 to 4 steps back and then hold and then let Ziggy finish off the recall. If Ziggy stops in the middle, I kick him with pressure again, take a few steps back. If Ziggy passes me, so if I'm facing this way, he's coming this way. If he passes me, I face Ziggy, tap, 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 moving back. If he goes that way, face Ziggy, tap, 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 move back. So same thing if he passes or just stops in the middle, pressure will kick in. Cool, so we'll go ahead and get started. Chad will go towards the wall. Good. Good, so if you're practicing this with the 2-person setup, to let the other person know when to drop the leash, because we might see Ziggy sometimes lunge and want to get to me before I tap. We vocalize tap, 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 then they know to drop the leash. And then once we add the cue, it'd be a lot more easier for them to hear it, or to know when to drop the leash. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and reel in my leash. So here we have tension. So go on, hold on to it until I say tap. Good. So pull him in, pull him in, pull him in, pull him towards you. Good. Keep pulling, there you go. And then right there, hold him there. Good. So with this loose, the long leash, it's loose right now. So right here, there's tension. So with that tension, I'm going to be pairing it with the e-collar. As he's coming to me, no more e-collar. And then taking 3 to 4 steps back, holding, seeing what he does. What we might see is Ziggy might get closer to Chad because he's going to be thinking it's the heel command. So here, tap, good. 3 to 4 steps back, hold right here, reeling in my leash. And then, good boy, good. And then after he comes here, we say break. And then we would do this 4 more times. Good. Hold right there. Good. So here's a little bit of leash, and then tap, tap. Good boy. And then 3 to 4 steps back. Hold right here. And then facing him. So this is too far. So I'm gonna give a tap. Hold right here. And we'll dip down. And then good boy. Good boy. And then break. 3 more. Good.
Ziggy.
Good. So here, just keep moving. Yeah, there you go. So we might see some of this where he's not wanting to move with Chad because he's thinking, well, I'm going to get tapped and recalled anyway, so why would I want to go back and repeat this whole thing over again? And this is normal. So here, again, leash tension, hold on to him right there. Good. So leash, tension, and then tap, and then we'll lower our number. 3 to 4 steps back, and then hold here. See what he does here. So here, tap, 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 hold here. Facing Ziggy, tap, good, hold. And we're gonna tap for that, good. And good boy. Good, and then break. Good. So there, I kind of hit him at a higher number. So that kind of caused him to overcompensate and pass me. And then he wanted to go in the chairs and everything. So we need to see everything to correct it. So that's good, we're seeing it now so that it won't be too difficult in like the future or like once, you know, we're practicing in the real world. We're gonna change it up now. It's, instead of pairing the leash with e-collar, it's gonna be e-collar first, leash if needed. So tap, tap, moving backwards, and then leash if needed. Good. So loose leash right here, and then tap, 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 good. And hold here. Good boy. Break. Good. 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 So again, loose leash. Let him settle first. There we go. And then tap, tap, tap. There we go. Lower number again. Good. And good boy. And then break. Good. We're at 65 now. Good. So loose leash. Good job. And then tap, 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 tap. Good. 3 to 4 steps back. Hold here. Good. Now here, tap, 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 tap. Good. Hold here. Tap, tap, tap. Good. So here he's going to chat. So tap. Good job. And good boy. Good. 2 more. Break. Go, Ziggy. Hey. Hey. Ziggy. Good. So a relaxed leash, and then tap, tap, tap. There we go. 3 to 4 steps back, and then hold. And good boy. Good. And then break. Good. I'll give it a tap, see if you move. There we go. Good. So here, loose leash, and then tap, 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 tap. There we go. So there was no leash involved in that one. He made the decision to kind of come to me, which is good. Let's see what happens here. And this is fine. He's behind me, but he's still close. Good boy. And then break. Now we're going to add the cue, the word to it. So it's going to be Ziggy come, and then we're going to always tap immediately after. And I'll explain that at the end of the video. But Ziggy come, tap. Good job. So here, Ziggy, come, tap, tap. There we go. 3 to 4 steps back, and then hold here. And good boy. Good. 3 more. Break. Good. Good, 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 good. I have a tap there just to help out there. Yep. Good. So here, Ziggy, come, tap. Good. Good boy. One more. One more for little Ziggy, and then break. You can put him to play if he's just gonna, I think he just wants to play. Teddy. Shh. Good. Give him a little more leash, and then just keep moving back. Yeah. Good. Right there. Good. Good job. Ziggy, come. Tap. Good. And then you're good, Chad. Thank you. So here, see what he does here? So tap, because he passed me. Tap, 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 tap. Good. And good boy. Good. So here, break. Good, so first we started off with leash pressure, then e-collar. After a few reps of those and some consistency, we saw it be e-collar, then leash pressure if needed, but there was no tension. So tension, e-collar, no tension, and then tension if needed. And then at the end, it was Ziggy, come, tap, moving backwards, 3 or 4 steps back, holding, seeing what he does. And then if he passes us, he did a few pass-bys, we just face him and tap and correct for that. The reason why we want to tap after every time we say Ziggy, come, tap, is because if we're out in the real world and he's off leash and we haven't practiced that, Ziggy, come, tap, if we do Ziggy, come, and then we kind of see he's not coming, but then like we tap, but as soon as we tap, he's making the decision to come, he could have 2 responses, shut down or run the other way because he's thinking he's doing something wrong. So to avoid that, we do Ziggy, come, tap to see if we can create confusion so that we can clear it up for him like you don't, this still means to finish the command that we addressed or we cued earlier. The moving back is a visual, so if Ziggy can't hear you, he can see you moving back. So an example would be if he's at the dog beach, you're yelling Ziggy, come, you're tapping, he sees you, doesn't know what to do because he can't hear you. You start moving back, he knows, oh, that's your recall. It's also just a visual for helping the dogs to do something because we're just standing there and we're just saying Ziggy, come. There's no like, kind of like an invitation. So like usually like when a dog goes to the dog park or like they're calling the dog, they're not coming, they just start walking away. Dog sees that and it makes him run to them. So the same thing here. So when you're practicing this, recall takes like the longest to practice because it's requiring the owners to go somewhere and practice. So let's say you do have a park near or you have a spot. What you would want to do is kind of practice like 1 or 2 recall for that day. The next time you go, don't do any recalls. The next time you go, do a recall at the end, and then the next time, recall in the beginning, 1 at the end. So mixing it up and not drilling it out so much, because we don't want to create too much paranoia to Ziggy where we come out to the park and he doesn't want to go out and smell. He doesn't want to go out and smell because he's thinking, you're going to call me anyway, so why would I want to go have fun and then like venture out? So that's where we try not to drill out so much just to avoid that problem there. So if he's got prey drive, if he likes chasing things, if he likes smelling, use that to your advantage. If he's chasing a squirrel, you can recall him from when he sees a squirrel, when he's chasing the squirrel, when he's about to get to the squirrel, or if the squirrel goes up a tree and he's like stuck there. You know, those are some options you can do for little Ziggy here. Right, Ziggy? If he gets tangled up, since we're dealing with the long leash, sometimes dogs get tangled. If it's not too bad, if it's just like around one arm, then we kind of force it, keep pushing. So if he's stuck or like he's distracted, we keep tapping, we move back. Obviously, if it's tangled up really good, we don't want to cause injury. So then we can take the time to address that first and then continue with the recall.